finally, here we have a fifth question. What do you think will happen to the market in the future? So what do you think will happen to the market in the future? That is a great question. And this is an interesting one. I think I might be alone in my view on this, but I'm going to just look at the economics of what's going on right now. When COVID hit in early 2020, the Bank of England put out I think it was a report that said they were expecting the worst recession in 300 years. And I know that sounds really bleak, and I don't want to dwell on this too much, but that really stuck with me as a kind of like, what on earth is going to happen now? In 2019, I was just talking with a lot of my sort of property investor friends, and we were looking at the marketplace, and we were starting to see things get a little bit too hot then, okay? And there's a good friend of mine, and we were going for a pint one night, and we were like, what do you think is going to happen with the market? And we're like, it's a bit toppy right now. And then obviously everything happened, as I've just explained, with the market, and property transactions took off, and then house prices shot up because there was a lack of stock available. And I feel now that that is all sort of starting to peter out. And we have this classic sort of situation that I feel happened in the sort of in the 80s, where the market has gone a little bit too high. And with all of the things that are going on right now, so cost of fuel has skyrocketed this year. We've now got the utility bills that are practically doubling, if not more, for a lot of businesses and a lot of people's homes. And I think we're getting this number of other issues that are coming together all at the same time. Each of these will impact on everything else. So we have a situation where you probably notice your monthly food bills going up. Okay, the cost of getting to work is going up. Your wages probably aren't rising in alignment with that, and this causes a complication where cost of living goes up, wages aren't able to increase, or employers feel they have to increase the wages to retain their staff. Their work becomes the work becomes less profitable, squeezes margins, company becomes unprofitable, has to close its doors, sheds jobs, and then those people have to go into the work environment again. You get this constant cycle of businesses closing down, people becoming unemployed, and then the demand for services starts to fall in the wider economy. Now, there's quite a lot of volatility happening in the economic markets at the moment, which is significantly bigger than what it was in 2008. And if you ask my humble opinion, I don't think a lot of problems that we were due to face in 2008 when the credit crunch recession happened were actually dealt with. I think there was a lot of, they call it printing money, but it was actually quantitative easing, if you remember. They were pumping a lot of money into the economy to keep everything going. I think a lot of those problems got sort of buried that should have been addressed, and as a consequence, they'll probably come out in the not too distant future. And I think that's something to be aware of. So I do see a tightening of the marketplace. As I say, I'm not alone. Well, I probably am alone in how I look at it, but I'm not alone in my view that the economy is going to start to contract a little bit, and house transactions are going to fall. And this is my concern for a lot of estate agents and solicitors at the moment, is that the market has been very, very good. And I do fear what will happen over the course of the next 6 to 12 months. Hopefully I'm wrong. I never want to be right about these sorts of things. Hopefully I'm wrong. But this is why I encourage agents and solicitors alike to reach out to us at WiggyWam, because we've got a whole bunch of an ecosystem, if you like, of products and services that can work alongside both agents and solicitors to fast track deals, but also help them to make more money. And I think that's important to ensure longevity and survival of their businesses. Interestingly, I had a friend who was an estate agent in 2008, and I met up with him, and he was sort of shaking his head in disbelief as to how tough the market was, because it literally was like somebody come into the office and unplugged the phone. In fact, I remember calling from my mobile phone into the estate agent's office just to check the phones were actually working at one point. But he told me he was having to do EPCs, energy performance certificates, just to keep the doors open on his agency. Things were that bad. And there's a good friend of mine who works in the industry selling law firms for people, and he is predicting that there is possibly as much as 20% of law firms will close their doors over the course of the next year or two, because what's happening in the legal industry, it's a little bit technical, so I don't want to bore you with it, but what's actually happening is that they're seeing their professional indemnity insurance premiums increase, and sometimes by massive margins. And one firm that I heard of literally yesterday, two partners that have been around in the business for many, many years. They're in the 70s. Their premiums just gone from 100,000 to 180,000 in a year. Obviously, their prices aren't moving up 80%, and it's just going to cripple their business. And so there's a lot of them going to be shutting their doors, which is a real shame. I don't wish it upon anybody, obviously, but this is the kind of thing that the market's faced with. And we want to try and help as many businesses as possible, not just remain solvent, but actually thrive through the course of the next couple of years. And we can only do that by employing the sort of methodology that we teach, if you like, within WiggyWam. So if there's agents and solicitors watching this and they want to know more about it, then please get in contact with us, because I think we've got a lot of great stuff to unveil, which is in the pipeline, and I'm really excited to share those. You're going to have to wait a little bit to find out what they are, but if anybody wants a head start on that and wants to get in touch, then please do so, because we'd love to share and help and support people's businesses, as I say, when we go through this very difficult period. So yeah, hopefully that gives you a pretty comprehensive answer to that. As I say, it's going to be an interesting market to work with, but as I always say, there are more businesses are successful generally through a recession, and what it does is it builds their solid foundation to thrive when the good times come back. So yeah, there's certainly an opportunity for consolidation in the marketplace. I think that will be a good thing. And through that consolidation practice, a lot of businesses will get stronger and grow into the future. So we're really looking forward to, again, supporting those businesses throughout those years. And again, helping buyers and sellers when they come to sell their property, that they're able to sell it quickly and also get a really great price for it, because we've got transparency and we've got security of sale all the way through. So hopefully that's been of interest, guys. I should apologize that I get very excited talking about this sort of thing. So I do tend to talk a bit quickly and get trip myself up sometimes a little bit as we're going through, but I love it. I'm really appreciative of you guys submitting your questions. I hope to be able to continue to do these long into the future. So please submit your questions on the WiggyWam website, or send them through to me on email. That email again, happy to help at wiggywam.co.uk. And also you can go to our WiggyWam website, which is wiggywam.co.uk. And then you can join very quickly on the web, on the platform by clicking on the user profile for a expert user, and then going through the sign up process there, and then you'll get access to some more video content, which is all about the home buying and selling journey and what you can learn about how to speed that up. We've also got some pretty cool announcements coming next week, which I'm excited to share with you. So yeah, tune in next week if you want to know more about what we're up to behind the scenes. It's a fascinating time to be in the property world, and I'm really excited that a lot of things that we've been working hard on over the course of the last couple of years, and my team have been instrumental in delivering these great results. We're super excited because we know what we can achieve when we all start working together. So yeah, we're excited to unveil those, and really looking forward to working with you in the not too distant future. So thanks for tuning in, guys. It's been amazing to share some time with you today. Thank you for your attention, and I will look forward to reading and answering your questions again very soon. So I'll say goodnight to you, and thank you so much, and see you very soon. Bye-bye.